Amplify is back. Don't miss the chance to improve every part of your business by connecting with industry experts, hearing best practices from top dealerships, and learning how to optimize your system for profitability at every turn. You don't want to miss the Amplify experience that is designed to help your dealership improve.
Hey, it's Jamie here in Detroit. On today's bonus episode of Daily Drive, service and parts experts discuss the importance of building customer loyalty and how to do it. But first, on Thursday's show, we brought you part of a conversation between Automotive News publisher Casey Crane and Penske Automotive Group CEO Roger Penske, who was named an Automotive News Centennial Award honoree. In this portion of the conversation, Penske describes the deep feelings he has about the Presidential Medal of Freedom that President Donald Trump gave him in 2019.
So, Roger, let's take it back a little bit. 1969, you started in retail. Keith Crane bought Automotive News in 1971. You guys had a chance meeting at a Chevrolet dealership in Detroit, and you ended up taking him to a race on your Learjet, a NASCAR race in the middle of Michigan. When you think about from those moments to where we are today, is there anything that stands out? You mentioned Detroit Diesel, but is there anything that stands out that you would say was really transformative for you from where you started and how you got to where we are today?
Well, obviously, the first dealership was amazing for me at the age, but I just think it was the relationships that we've built, that I built over time with our partners. And I could say, well, it was General Motors. And I remember working with them when we had the Corvair, and I was asked to go out to the proving grounds because they'd had issues with a rollover. I remember being out there one day, we rolled one over, so the lawyers understood exactly what we were talking about. But
you put the lawyer in the car?
Oh, yeah. But I think the things that make a difference is each time we've been able to build, on our success. But we were not a company that levered ourselves from a financial perspective. We operated with partners. And I remember when we bought the Hertz Truck Division, we had 100% of our company. And I merged it in with Hertz, and we had with 35. And you don't know Frank Olson, but he was running Hertz at that point. I said, Frank, don't worry. I'm worried about my 35%. Your 65 is going to be okay. So that's how we kind of started. But those are things that I remember, were key. But those opportunities to work with leaders in this country were certainly key. And obviously, I'd have to say getting the Medal of Honor from the president was, you'd have to say, it was a pretty special time to be in the Oval Office with my family. You have to say that, Trump is Trump, but he's still the President of the United States. And to get that honor, I can tell you, I look at it every day. I have it in my room, so great honor.
That's pretty cool. I'd give one of those.
Automotive News publisher Casey Crane spoke with Roger Penske, CEO of the Penske Automotive Group, in Detroit on June 25th. Coming up, service and parts experts talk about the importance of customer retention beyond the first 3 years and 36,000 miles. That's next on this bonus episode of Daily Drive. Daily Drive listeners like you have access to the lowest price for Automotive News Congress 2025 on September 11th.
The event is where the industry's biggest players tackle its toughest challenges. Congress attendees don't just follow the industry, they lead it.
This year's featured speakers include Hyundai Motor Group Executive Chair Yusin Chung and General Motors CEO Mary Barra.
We are investing in America. We're creating jobs. That's creating IP in this country. And I think, the United States needs to lead in key technologies.
Join us to gain the insights and connections needed to steer your business through massive change.
To get the lowest price for the event, go to autonews.com/events, select Auto News Congress, and type in the discount code DailyDrive, one word, all caps. We'll see you in September in Detroit.
Amplify 2025 is right around the corner. Are you ready? Join the industry's leading innovators this August 18th and 19th at the Ritz-Carlton Dallas Las Colinas and be part of the event that will reshape retail automotive. At this 2-day experience, you'll explore new strategies and fresh ideas for driving real growth at your dealership. Choose from 9 hands-on workshops, each designed to deliver practical insights across every department. Gain forward-thinking perspectives during our expert-led keynote session and leave with actionable takeaways to implement right away. And it's not all business. Amplify also gives you the chance to connect with fellow professionals on the greens at TPC Las Colinas, the iconic course that hosted the PGA Tour's Byron Nelson Championship for 35 years. Secure your spot at Amplify 2025 today by visiting rayray.com/amplify. That's rey.com/amplify today.
Welcome back. This week, Automotive News hosted a Congress Conversation live stream about the state of the dealership, service, and parts industry and what challenges fixed ops departments face. Guests Richard Lupo, Service Director at Apple Tree Honda in North Carolina, Salvo Sparacio, Senior Vice President of After Sales at Holman, and Lee Harkins, CEO of M5 Management Services, were hosted by Automotive News staff reporter Paige Hodder and Senior Editor Dan Shine.
I want to talk a little bit about customer retention. That's another issue. It kind of goes a little bit along with pricing and getting those customers to come in. As you all know, the stats show the 3-year warranty ends. 70% of your business is out the door, going somewhere else because, again, they perceive the independent as being cheaper. But people are holding on to cars longer than ever. Like the age of the vehicle on the road is almost 13 years old now. I think I have 1 or 2 of those vehicles in my driveway. How do you keep those customers from leaving to begin with, and if they have left, how do you get them back? Sal, I'll start with you. How do you kind of pull them back into the fold?
I mean, back to some discussion we had earlier, but the culture, right? We got to make sure that our team is prepared for our customers. Their time is valuable, and ensuring they're prepared to ultimately deliver the customer experience. It's super important for us. We see this over and over. I've seen over years that when a customer doesn't have a great experience, they won't not come back to you. You get 1 or 2 chances with a client. So that's the main focus for us. And we've been pretty successful. We've been very successful at it, that this is something we can't get away from. Ensuring our customers are treated properly, the expectations are set and met. It takes a lot of work. It's not easy, to do. It sounds simple, but it's the fundamentals that continue to drive our customers back to us.
Richard, what are your thoughts on this?
The only true measure of the success of a service department is retention. I mean, if you're not retaining your customers past that 336, you're not doing your job at all. We constantly focus on that. And when we lose a customer, when we have customers that fall off, of course, we send out something that is very, very easily receivable as high value and invite them to come back in and give us a try if we haven't seen them in a long time. And we also follow that and tie that together, like Salvo says, with the training. So when a customer comes in and they're small batches, it's very targeted marketing. But when somebody comes in with, a $29 oil change or something, ridiculous, the advisor is trained to recognize what that is and then understand why that customer is standing in front of them and take advantage of the opportunity that's there with that customer that may have not been there for 2 years. There's a lot of opportunity in that car, and there's an opportunity to gain back that customer as a regular customer. So going out, monitoring what's going on, monitoring the retention, setting out a plan to bring them back in, and then tying it together with your staff to recognize those customers and provide the opportunity to gain that customer back by recognizing and training the advisor is certainly something that is part parcel to what we do every day.
Richard Lupo, Service Director at Apple Tree Honda in North Carolina, Salvo Sparacio, Senior Vice President of After Sales at Holman, and Lee Harkins, CEO of M5 Management Services, spoke with our own Dan Shine. Thanks for listening to this bonus episode of Daily Drive. We'll be back on Monday with a brand new full episode of the show.